Okay guys, here we go again. Literally, this is going to be a bit of an easy one. It's just a straight motherboard swap. As I stated earlier, this motherboard seems to have problems with its GPU slot. So yeah, let's get on with it. So again, first of all, take the side off. And don't drop things. So we can gain access to the motherboard, the graphics card and the internals, so it can be changed. Plug everything that needs to be plugged wire-wise first. I did actually change the GPU on this machine, so I got extra connectors, but other than that nothing's really changed. I did change the GPU because I was having problems with flickering on the screen every so often. It was an inopportune moment. I'm just taking this back plate off again so I can actually get to the screws of the GPU to take that out. This shouldn't take too long at all, this video, so it should be a pretty short video compared to the last one. I don't usually like making videos as long as that. I think it's the longest video ever made, but there's a lot of information needed in it, so that's the GPU out. Now all these pieces down here used to come out, like I/O shield, USB connector. I think that is literally on a SATA cable, 24 pin. The 4 pins hid right under the fan, so I'm going to have to move the motherboard out slightly to get anything done. Once I've unscrewed the screws that hold this motherboard in, literally move the board out enough to get the 4 pin connector, because it's quite hidden at the moment. And before this new motherboard goes in, I have a feeling I'm going to have to change a couple of standoffs. Is that true? On the actual case, because it's a bigger motherboard that's going in. This is a micro ATX, and I think it's just a ATX that's going in. And here's the other motherboard that's going in. As you can see, it's a longer board than the last one, and I was right, because there's this standoff here and there's another one closer to the back of the board, back of the case, sorry, that needs to come off, so that it won't cause a short and it will secure the board properly. Now usually you have a specific tool to take these standoffs out, but me, I don't have that tool just yet, so I'm going to have to use a pair of old long nose pliers just so I can take them out, grip them. It's a bit of a slow way doing it. Once you've done it once or twice, you know, it's still a bit tight. It's easy if you've got something like an iFixit tool bag, or even a phone repair kit. I think they have this for the actual tool. And I've already measured out where the motherboard is, so I know it needs to go right. The standoff needs to go right at the very end. Once I've finally got these out. So that's that one out. Now I just need to pop it back in. That one there. I'll pop it in and let you see it from there. Be a bit easier. There we have it. Finally got them in. It was a bit awkward because I didn't have the right tool, but I don't know if you can see down this end, it's a little bit dark. Haven't got a light set up today, but trust me, I've moved them from this part here to that part back there, just literally so the motherboard will fit on the standoffs. I'll double check to make sure. Yeah, that's perfect as that. Right, now before the motherboard goes in though, we have one of these. I know one of my viewers will be happy that I've got this now. Not mentioning no one, but yeah, I'm going to fit this in right now. So then, these are a bit fiddly as well. Might have some wires out in the way as well. That's poor design. So anything with cheap cases, it can be a little bit lacking on where things need to go. One click, two clicks, and then it pops straight out. Something wrong here. I don't use them. Can't put in. And there we go, the arrow shield is in. That'll help one of my viewers' consciences, no end, no doubt. Right, okay. As I took the other motherboard out, as I take it in, I'm going to connect up the. Sometimes it's 4-pin. I can get it in angle. See, there we go. Nope. Just there. See, it's an 8-pin, not a 4-pin. This motherboard, this power supply has an 8-pin already, so I'm just going to attach that first before I do anything else, and then I can start screwing the motherboard. If it stays in line, you know what. Yeah, that's the two in. I'm going to deal with getting the motherboard in the right place. Famous last words. Something's stopping it. Now the arrow shield. There we go. That took a bit of jiggling. Now we get some screws in. Now this motherboard fits a lot more snug than the last one. That could be due to the I/O shield going in as well. That kind of helps it stand off a little better. Again, put screws in but don't fully tighten. Screws are a lot more spaced out on this board as well. kind of makes it a little easier once you've got a couple of them lined up. One now. Again, where you've got to make sure the standoff's in the right place is it eliminates any risk of the back of the motherboard shorting out on the case or on the actual standoffs themselves. Right, so they're all in. It's time to tighten them up. Now, if you've noticed, the CPU fans, the standard Intel one, it's not going to have any RGB on. I was going to change the fan because I have the adapter for it for the other one that's on this old AMD board, but I run out of thermal paste, so that's going to have to wait for now. And also, there's more RAM to go in there and another GPU upgrade. This is going to be my string machine eventually. Okay, that's all the screws in. Now we can carry on connecting some of these pieces. So much. Now I've got to try and see. Right, well, I'm just going to rewire it up to the front I/O, front I/O for the USB. There's another cable to come out because this one has a USB 3 port for the front, so I may as well connect it. Yeah, and once I've done that, I'll get back to you. Okay, all the connectors are now fit through, as you can see there. It's not particularly bright, so give me 1 second. I'll just try and put a little bit of illumination on if it helps, which it doesn't really. But there, you can see a cable here, that's the USB 3 that I've added, and everything else was pretty much the same. So yeah, now I'm going to go ahead and reinsert the graphics card when I can reach it. Right, so this is going to go for another upgrade later on, but I won't be showing that. You get the general idea of what I'm doing. So I'll get it in the socket now. Oh, now there's the thing. I'm going to have to take another one of these off because the socket is in a slightly different position. It's not a major problem. I'm just going to take another one of those things off. Slot it in nicely like that. I just need to find where I put that the other shield now, and it should be all okay. So I'm just going to, for now, put one screw in, so it's in the right place. Add these connectors. This one has got two 6 pins. Instead of just the one on the last card. Slightly better card, that's why. Bear with me while I find a certain piece and I'll come back. Right, here I am back. file this piece again because I need to put it here and just get screw started. That's not a good thing to do. You're dropping stuff into the motherboard. Oh, well. There you go. Not a good thing when that happens. Maybe I should do it this way. And just tying it on like that. And that way there's no ugly holes in the back. Now finally, for now I'm not going to bother putting 2 screws in that, so like I said, I'm going to change the graphics card yet again. But I just need to make it look as neat as possible for now whilst I test the machine and the system. And that is pretty much it. I'm just going to put the panel back on the other side. I won't bother putting the glass panel on till I've tested the machine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll give a conclusion at the end to let you know that if the motherboard works or not, because it is a second-hand board, you never know. And yeah. Okay, this is the next day after doing this recording. Well, yeah, initially first switched the machine on and the fans were just at full bore completely. No matter what I did in the BIOS, the main fan just wouldn't slow down. So thought, okay, try and use it at that, but just way too loud. Then after about 45 minutes, the GPU stopped working. Then after that, when I took the GPU out, it was fine for a while. Then I tried to add any sort of extra memory on it, because I had another 8 gigabytes of memory on 2 sticks. Put them in, kept on doing a cycle loop. So I'm thinking, right, there's something wrong with the board. But put a different power supply on it, and it was perfectly fine, even with the GPU in it. So in conclusion, the power supply that I put in this case is on the way out. It's dead. Well, it's not dead completely. It will work without a GPU and without extra RAM. Works perfectly fine. So in a way, yes, it is still working, but I can't fit a GPU to it. So the next saga is a new power supply going in it. I'm going to get something a little better. Even when I said at the start of the first video, or near the start of the first video, I haven't had any problems with the power supply. Trust me to jinx it. But yeah, I'm going to get something a little better. I think the problem is I've had the power supply for a year and it's been on pretty much 24/7 for the full year. Just don't think it likes it, so I'm going to get something at least bronze level, maybe silver if I can afford it. If not, I will just get a cheapie for the next couple of months and save up for something nice for it. Thank you very much.